Well, hey, we get to do a problem similar to the one we did in class where we figured out what a good dosage would be and how to actually use the math to maybe begin to apply it to the real world. And that doesn't happen very often in my, my life. Hey, but and this question is based on homework section 5.5, number 5, that question right there, and that's great. And so a particular drug, get down to where you can see it, Davis. A particular drug has a half-life of 7.5 hours and more than 200 milligrams in the bloodstream is considered dangerous. However, less than 50 is considered ineffective. How often would you administer the drug if you wanted to make the time between administrations as large as possible? So we want to have as large as possible the time. And so I'd want the drugs to be administered up to that level, 200. So my first dose would be 200 mgs to make as much in the body as I could because I'm trying to make this as large as possible. I'm not trying to make it the most safe for the person or anything like that. I'm trying to make it as the the time between dosages as large as possible. So I'm going to put as much in as I can and then wait till it gets down to 50. And I'm noticing that if I do a half-life, that's 100 milligrams, and then another half-life would be 50 milligrams. So that'd be 7.5 hours and 7.5 hours. So my first dose would be 200, and then 15 hours later, I'd be down to 50, and then I'd have to give another dosage. So I have 50 milligrams in the body already from that once, and I need to stick in. I want to get up to 200. So my first dose would be the 200 to start with. My second dose would be 150 mg because 50 mgs remaining plus the 150 mgs new would come up with 200 mgs. And then after that, I would keep doing the 150 because 15 hours later, I would put a third dose in there of another 150 mgs because this would have decayed down or been used up to only having 50 left over in the 2 drops. So my first dosage would be 200 milligrams. 15 hours later, I'd give a second dose of 150 and then another third dose of 150. You can make a chart in this, and that's not being asked, but say the hospital demands that it's administered every 2 hours. What would your first dose be, second dose, and third dose, and why? There are lots of answers here on this type of problem. That's the reason we really like this. It's the reason why it's the last question, because we want to get you some thought on this one. And there's a lot of different ways of doing this. I might not put the full 200 dose in there because it's dangerous. I don't like to touch dangerous when I'm giving drugs to my children or people I care about. So I hope if I was in the hospital or that, I would treat the patients the same way as I would treat that. So if we get their function here, the amount in the bloodstream, the amount in time t, A of t would be, we'd get 200 in there, mgs, and then 1/2 to the t divided by 7.5 hours by the half-life one. So if I did it every 12 hours, I'm going to see kind of how much would be taken off on that. So let me just play with this for just a moment with the calculator. 200, I'm just playing with the numbers, parentheses 1 divided by 2, and then raise that to parentheses 12 hours, because I want to do it after 12 hours, divided by 7.5 hours. The hours disappear, and I would have 66 milligrams left. So I think I can maybe just do that. I might knock it down by 10 or 15, only put 190. I'll let you play with that one. But I think my first dose, I'm just doing it simply, my first dose would be 200 mg, 200 mgs, and then 12 hours later, I would have 66 mgs left. And so then how much would I need to bring that back up? 200 minus 66 would be 134. So 12 hours. So the second dose would be 134 mgs. The 66 mgs remaining. The 66 mgs remaining in the bloodstream plus the 134 mgs that I now added would bring me back up to the 200 dosage. Third dose would be another 134 mgs. Come on, pen, 134. Come on. 134 mgs, because this would also again degrade past 66 plus 134 mgs added would bring it back up to that top dose of 200, and it would then drop down to 66, and I'd need the 66 plus another 134, 66 mg plus another 134 mgs would get me back up to that 200 mgs. Great. So first this one, then second, and then third. And my reason why is in 12 hours, there would only be 66 mgs left of the original dosage. I'm trying to write down the Y, dosage, and so I would give 134 mgs to bring it back to 200 mgs in the body. Great. So try to give a sentence answer for the Y, and I did 2 sentences. English answer. I needed to answer the first dose, second dose, and third dose, and you can double check your formula right here. Double check your formula right here. And so I might look at the end of the test and see where problem 5 was and where problem 6 was, and see what happens with that. Well, I hope the videos were helpful for you, and thanks for watching, and thanks for studying ahead of time. It's much easier to fill the tank and then check to make sure it's full the night before than try to find what you forgot. So thanks for watching, and I'll talk with you later.